Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. It's the midweek episode. It's a big midweek episode. It's the all April through May JM team. Get ready to get upset. Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball, brought to you by SeatGeek. My name is Jimmy. We got Jake here. We got BBD in the corner, and Trevor coming to you from his lovely hotel room in Tampa Bay. Curtains behind you. Low-key outfit from you, Trev. Backwards hat. You and Jake wearing the same shirt, different colors? Nice.
Yeah, we have a gender real party after the show.
Ooh. How is TB? TP?
It's great. Twins got their butts kicked last night. The Rays are everything that they're advertised to be. Jose Siri had a moment. Jake would have been so proud to be here and see him and put lollipops in his hair. But everything's good. Bounce back tonight for my Twinkies. James, I love having you on the show, bro. I do. You got the Spoon Me shirt on, and now I'm thinking you would be a good cuddle. You would be. I don't know what that says about me, that my mind went there, but it did. Jake, how are you doing?
Oh, okay. Trev, James, Davis, everyone tuning in with us. Yeah, let's get some hearts broken this episode. That's what it is, you know? Everyone thinks about the winner, and everybody thinks about the losers. And, it's good having my Bay in Tampa Bay.
Ooh, as I said, every episode is brought to you by SeatGeek, but this episode is really brought to you by SeatGeek. You can get $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek using code TALKIN, TALKIN. 28 million downloads. SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. They make it super easy. Green, good deal. Red, bad deal. Code TALKIN, $20 off your first purchase. A lot of people always get confused about this. This is not the all-May JM team. We're finding who's been the most consistent throughout the whole year. So if you had a terrible April, but a really good May, that April might hurt you. If you had a really good April, bad May, that April might help you. It is accumulative. Always trips everyone up first time they kind of hear what we're doing here. So, do you guys want to start AL like we usually do, or do you want to give the NL love? Trev says no. Shake it up.
I want to give the NL some love, a little strokey, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Thanks,
now,
SeatGeek.
now, BBD, do you have the NL April
I do.
winners in front of you? Maybe read those off for us so people can,
I'd love to. In April, in the NL, our catcher was Sean Murphy. First base was Paul Goldschmidt. Second base, Luis Arise. Xander Bogaerts was our shortstop. Max Muncy took third base. That I did not remember. Our outfielders were Acuna, James Outman, and Brandon Marsh was our center fielder. McCutchen was a DH. Tyro Estrada was our util, and Zach Allen took the starting pitcher honors.
Ooh, Gallen. Can you tell me underlining names so I can see? Who was the three outfielders? It was Acuna.
Marsh was in center, then Acuna and Outman.
Wow, Marsh not even, and Outman not even
on the board.
Half the season, if you don't have a good half the season and other people do, find yourself off the map.
Okay, because you do want to win every month because you get a pedal for every month you win. And if you go pole to pole, you get a silver daisy. All your pedals get put together, and then you get a beautiful silver daisy.
Each player gets a locket, but some are 2-pedal lockets, some are 6-pedal lockets.
Oh, I thought they just had loose pedals.
Oh, you lose those, so
That's
important. That's why
thing.
you put it on a locket.
Oh, okay.
But you want to have that full daisy.
Yeah.
Jose Siri, maybe he puts it on his necklace. If he won, but he doesn't care.
He
doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
Who cares less, him or Walker Buehler?
Different levels.
Different levels. Okay.
Let's start with the NL catcher then. On our board here, we have William Contreras, Elias Diaz, Sean Murphy, and Will Smith. And as you heard BBD say, Sean Murphy is the incumbent. Is that the correct use of that term? Politics guy, for sure. What's shouting out to you, Jake?
I love Elias Diaz jumping on the board. He has been incredible. the kind of a little bit of a journeyman catcher putting together a massive year for the Rocks. I love seeing him up there, and his numbers compete, although I do think him and William Contreras are a step below where Trev's Will Smith and BBD's Sean Murphy have landed. It's high and tight, and I think you have a slightly better offensive catcher, a slightly better defensive catcher, and I think that's where the vote kind of lands.
So who do you got?
Oh, we're just revealing. Trev?
I'd like to give a little. No, I mean, look, I think that Will Smith has done a really good job. He is, I don't know if he's my favorite catcher in the game, but he's one of my favorite catchers in the game. He's so good when you start to look at the numbers. But Sean Murphy has been better. And I don't think there's really any way around it. He's played more games than him. He has more homers, more runs, more RBI. The thing that Will Smith has done that I really like is that he has more walks than strikeouts, which is really cool. I'll always think that's cool. But also, Sean Murphy has 7 hit by pitches. That big butt is just getting in the way of all these pitches. He leads in F4. His on-base percentage almost starts with a 4. So I'm taking Sean Murphy, and he keeps his hopes alive for a Silver Daisy in my book.
All right, yeah. I mean, Will Smith has less games. He was out for a chunk of April. Two catchers that are hitting in the heart of the lineup. I think Murphy gets mostly cleanup at bats. I just saw Smith. He's batting 3-hole for the Dodgers, a good amount. I don't know. I thought I was leaning Smith until you talked, and then I'm trying to refine the numbers. You're looking at a lot of the counting numbers, but, Smith was hurt a little bit.
Well, Smith is DH'd a chunk, too, where I think he's DH'd 20-plus games. Murphy's only DH'd 5. And, yeah, I mean, the caught stealing numbers, Murphy's throwing out guys at a 29% clip, Will Smith at a 10% clip. My heart wanted to say Will Smith because it's like, okay, the Dodgers, and he is hitting third in the middle of the lineup. Sean Murphy's doing the same stuff, and I think he's better defensively. So I will follow, and I think I'll stamp it.
Triple stamp. You guys won me over.
It's a trip stamp.
Triple stamp.
Well, I feel like pretty powerful that I influenced
and congrats to the Braves.
You did shit. Sean Murphy, 2 pedals, 2 months.
Remains in line.
Next up, we got Paul, Pete, and Freddie.
Yeah.
And Christian, who's on the board, but blah, 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 blah. Paul, Pete, and Freddie. First base, NL. Goldie won it last month. If you're looking at Freddie's numbers, they're kind of silly, guys. I mean, is this a Freddie Freeman runaway? Should this be a quick one?
There's a fake combo, but it's Frederick.
I mean, Freddie Freeman, 346 batting average, 420 OBP. First 2 months of the season, 588 slugging. Ugh. He's nuts.
Everything he does with a bat in his hands is beautiful. I love watching that guy hit. This is a stacked position right now. These numbers that we're looking at, there's a lot of good ball players in front of my face, but I do believe that Freddie has separated himself from the pack a little bit. What did he do in April that he didn't win? Was Goldie just that much better, or was there a massive discussion?
We've seen these two neck and neck for the past 2 years now. NL first base has kind of become these guys' stomping grounds. And hey, if you're a Mets fan or an Alonso guy, which I am, and you're like, hey, he's got 20 double the homers. Frederick Freeman has 23 doubles. Pete has 4. 19 more doubles from Freddie. Pete, I love watching that guy play. It's Freddie and Paul, and literally everything on Freddie's page is a tick better than Paul.
Yeah, and in April, Freddie didn't even crack the top 4 for us, Trev.
Mm-hmm.
And
I just saw that.
He didn't have a bad April, but, first month of the season, some guys really go off. His May, he batted 400 in May.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had a 462 on base in May. Freddie has played every game of the season, 2-hole, first base, every game. I mean, does he have any DH days? No. 2-hole, first base, 61 out of 61 games. I love that. So, yeah, he's He's the pedal winner for May.
And I'll call out Dalton real quick because he does have Christian Walker on the sheet, which is nice. I think Matt Olson has a very good argument for third or fourth place. 879 OPS as we stand today. But maybe that's some June stuff, and we'll get there in June. Congrats to Frederick Freeman. 400.
It's a good position.
8 stolen bases?
Hey, Jim.
Yeah.
Speaking of 400.
Yeah.
NL second base.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Aha!
Another runaway? Luis Ariz? Do we dare name anyone else? Or you don't have it as a runaway? Ozzy Albies, Tyro Estrada, Nico Horner on the list here. Shout out to those dudes.
Trev, taste Tyro. You won't.
There are some good options on this list. Now, if we're just going by, I mean, 400 is something else, dude.
It's over.
Ariz is batting 381.
And that's right. This is the end of May, and he did have kind of he had a quote unquote tough May. I think he had
you're right.
330.
This is through May, so we can't even talk 400. Although, as we sit here today, I think he's at 401.
Yeah,
but we're not talking about that.
We're not talking about June.
He ends April and May with an 811 OPS, which is the second highest OPS out of the positions here, the players here.
Oh,
345 on base percentage. So like Ozzy has him beat in OPS and on base percentage. Is
Ozzy playing awful defense? What is this?
Well, it sure seems that way.
Yeah, I mean,
according to the metrics.
Because a 904 OPS. Yo.
How does he have that on base percentage with that walk percentage?
The defensive.
That's what I was looking at. There's got to be.
Was there a typo?
Yeah, this looks like a.
Was there
a 338?
Oh, Dalt, we are beefing.
Let's look it up right now.
God.
Oh no.
Yep. Oh boy.
Is it a 338, not a 4?
Congrats to Luis Ariz.
Yeah, he's got a 306 OBP currently, so that's not right. That's fine. We knew it wasn't
all
right.
good. Ariz was winning it anyway.
I think we do have to give it to Ariz just because he's doing something that is like historical at second base. I mean, shout out Ozzy. He's put up some good numbers. Tyro Estrada has put together a really nice season. It's really tough to take away from him, but Ariz kind of, when you do something like that, it separates you from the pack. It does.
History. Maybe.
Xander won the shortstop in April. What does the red identify here?
Honestly, it's the rudest thing in our sheet. It's still the fact that Perdomo hasn't played a lot of games because he was getting partially platooned.
He doesn't play versus lefties.
So he is the only player on this sheet that is designated with the color red, which I guess can be complimentary as well, but it's also like, come on.
Come on, D-backs, play him. Play him both ways. Xander at shortstop. Let's see. I mean, Perdomo wins in every slash line. Perdomo's got the highest average, highest on base, highest slugging, highest OPS, highest weighted runs created, highest B-WAR, second highest, not the highest B-WAR, sorry. Dansby has the highest B-WAR, and Dansby has the highest F-WAR.
11 games more played for Dansby. If I'm looking at this right now, I'm probably I'm between those two.
Perdomo's still out for me.
Perdomo and Swanson.
He doesn't have the at-bats. I mean, I know it's not his fault, but come on.
He's put up really good numbers without the at-bats. I mean, he has more RBIs than Dansby without the at-bats. He has the same amount of homers as Dansby without the at-bats. He's close in runs. This is a tough one for me. I'm going back and forth. I'm leaning Dansby, but I could be persuaded into Perdomo if Jake wants to do that with his snakes.
Perdomo is behind on ABs by quite a bit.
Yeah.
And even with Dalton's filters, he told me this month the cutoff was 150 plate appearances. Perdomo is technically 4 short of that. I think he made a little bit of an exception.
He's not even like, if you sort by qualified, he's not even there.
Yeah, he's not qualified yet.
So that's tough.
Yeah, I obviously love Perdomo and what he's doing for the team. And by the way, against righties where they're sitting him more, he has a 391 on base. he's slapping it around. So it's tough. I unfortunately agree. I mean, Dansby Swanson having 100 more at bats.
Yeah.
As we're talking 2 months of the season,
Yeah.
that's impactful. And you guys know I'm on a hill of Dansby Swanson got hated on because his defense should decline. He's still really good. He's still the decline hasn't happened yet. So as of now, he's hitting better than every other shortstop outside of Perdomo in a smaller sample, and he still picks it at a Gold Glove level. So I have no qualms giving it to Dansby.
Yeah, Dansby's playing every day in the 2-hole. When Perdomo is in there, he's mostly 7, 8, 9 back of the order. So it's just a different kind of environment.
Yeah. I'm fine with it.
Perdomo's on a first-place team.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think
Shout
so.
out Lindor. He's got some power numbers. The extra base hits are there, but the on-base percentage has not been lowest walk rate of them all.
Yeah, his
He might be able
slash
to
line
sneak in
doesn't
there
look
in
great.
the next coming months.
Yeah, we need
Anything wrong, Dansby?
Xander, Frankie, or Perdomo to play more to get it going in June. And summer's here, so they will.
It's going to get hot, especially in the desert.
Congrats, Lieutenant Dan.
Dansby. So no one will be winning a Silver Daisy NL shortstop. That's tough.
Good.
We have NL second base, NL catcher. Silver Daisy still up for grabs. Yeah. What about NL third base? Max Muncy won it.
Yikes.
I believe this was a contentious one when we chose Muncy. I remember people saw some Twitter replies getting upset about that. But we got Arenado on our list, Heimer, Candelario, or Jamer. I always forget. I said it one way.
It's
and then
Jamer. Jamer and Jamer. You
JD
guys should
Davis.
get a show.
I thought it was Jamer, and then it was I forget what it is.
Jamer.
I think it's one of the names that America
Changed, and he said it's all right.
has battled. Luis Robert. You see our guy Fuzzy fighting that. I thought April was pretty clean because Muncy went nuts in April. I know Wisdom was solid, but I think Muncy all around kind of had him beat. Right now, I have no idea what to do, Trev. And you know, people forget you actually played third base for a period of time. What are you seeing in the NL?
Well, my first glance here at the numbers and comparing these guys, I wanted it to go Muncy. Now, it's interesting to me. I mean, he's got the highest walk percentage of all the candidates here at a 15.5%, but he's hitting 209. So his on-base percentage isn't there. So, like, to me, that means the BABIP isn't there. So he's got more in the tank. Like, he's probably going to get going. That doesn't mean anything for right now because we're just talking about what he's done through May. Oh, boy. I think we got a race here between Muncy, who I believe is leading. Got to get my sheet back up there together. I believe he's leading. Oh, shoot. I don't know. Wow. Now that I'm looking at the more of the numbers, I mean, Jamer's leading in the B WAR and the F WAR categories. JD Davis is leading in weighted runs created plus.
For me, it's Muncy,
And
if that makes it any
Close
easier
in OPS.
or harder for you. But my vote's going to go back to Muncy. I mean, he's got 17 home runs. I know the average stinks. I think day in, day out, watching Muncy might be very frustrating. Dodgers fans, let me know at the bat because he just doesn't swing. But then it's working right now. The on-base percentage is more than 100% higher than the average, so you would like some singles to get mixed in. But he's got, 17 home runs?
He's doubling these guys up on homers.
I mean, you want power from the third base position. Also, the Yankees just played the Dodgers, and Muncy kind of, I don't know what the public thinks about him defensively, but in the series where I watched him play third base every day, he kind of surprised me he always moved around a ton, but he made some solid plays where I was like, shit, dude, why are you so nimble over there?
He's a ball player.
Yeah, so I'm going to go Muncy with my vote.
Man. Trev?
Yeah, this is a tough one. I think I'm deciding between Muncy and Jamer. That's where my head is at right now. The 17 homers are difficult to look past. It really
It's a lot.
is. It's a lot of home runs. He does strike out a ton. He is a buddy of mine.
Ooh.
I don't know if he'd consider me his friend, but I consider him my friend.
I think he doesn't have many.
I did.
It's that he considers. A lot of people consider them Max's friend, and he's just like, I like my.
Yeah,
wife.
I get that.
I did.
But
say
I
this.
think
the
I'll
right
go.
word.
I'll go Muncie. I want to give him a shot of the Silver Daisy. The numbers are close enough. I think power is important to me. He's got it. You can't be hitting 209 and get a Silver Daisy. I'm sorry. I know the average doesn't mean everything, and the OPS is there. It's the best one on the board of these guys we're looking at. But we can't be giving away Silver Daisies to 210 hitters.
It's not
max.
sustainable what he's doing, but in right now he's making it work by when he does hit it, it's going a long way. But there's got to be some balance to be found, and you hope that it lands in a good spot.
I want slugging from my third baseman. He's clearly got the best slug of these guys that we're looking at here, best OPSO. That's kind of where that's my decision.
Messy, man. I mean, Muncie gets it. Jamer, hey, I know the homers are there for Muncie. He does have more extra base hits than Muncie. And JD Davis has been raking too. And the question,
It was a close one.
The question for him has always been defense, and the defensive numbers don't look good. So I would have to ask Giants fans, how has it felt? I was shocked to see he's been basically their everyday third baseman. There's a couple DH days mixed in there, but happy for JD Davis because look at his career numbers. He's always hit. And that's some Giants magic. Let's just sweep it with Muncie. It's Messi, and Jamer deserves some love, and so did JD. And hey, Nolan Arenado, let's go. Machado come back. Maybe David Wright unretire or something. I don't know.
Arenado had a 900 OPS in May. Do that again, and you're probably in the conversation. But that April was tough.
Crazy.
Yeah. All
Congrats, Max Muncie.
Congrats to Max Muncie.
Before we get to that National League outfield, oh my God, the fly ball. I can't see it. Bet you wish you had your Shady Rays. I know I would. Shady Rays, they are built to last. Premium polarized shades at an affordable price. That's pretty nice. That sounds great, actually. And they are great. I wear them every day to and fro work. And you know what? It is nice that they're durable, but guess what? You sit your little tush on them, you snap them. We've all been there. Don't lie to yourself. You've sat on sunglasses in your life. If you haven't, maybe buy a Shady Rays pair and just do it to feel the rush, because they have their lost and broken replacement guarantee. Guarantee. That means you basically get sunnies for life. And if you thought that was a deal, if you use code Talkin at ShadyRays.com, you'll get 50% off 2+ pairs of premium polarized shades. We have some more big stuff coming up with them soon. They were a big part of our Blitzball Battle tournament. We love Shady Rays, and you should too. Click the link in the description. Code Talkin, 50% off 2 or more pairs. Polarized sunnies.
Can I tell you something? I've had Shady Rays for a little while now. I've lost them. I've broken them. Doing the replacement thing, super easy. Easiest task in the world. They're the best.
Because that's daunting.
It's daunting.
Normally.
You're scared they're going to be mad. They're not.
Imagine.
Like, you get it, but we
How'd you
get to
break 'em?
yell at you. Which, that would be a fair trade-off. But they don't. They're really nice.
The National League outfield. We need a center fielder, at least, and 2 other outfielders. Trev, you just talked to your kids, a.k.a. my godchildren, and said hi. Me and Jimmy looked at each other, and we said, we think we have our 3.
Yeah, I think I got mine.
Okay, well, I know. Look, Ronald Acuna Jr., congratulations.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, but we got to do center field first.
Oh, we're doing center first? I thought we were going to do the 2 others and then
You
go center
need
last.
a center fielder. That can change the whole shape of the outfield.
One of the other
Yeah.
outfielders might be a center fielder.
First step.
The guy that you want at center might not get it, and then you're going to want him in the corner.
Whatever, then let's pick our center
Center
fielder.
fielder eligible for center fielder: Cody Bellinger, Corbin Carroll, TJ Friedel, Brandon Nimmo. I always want Nimmo to win, man, because I kind of like what he's about. I like that he's in center field and he steals and he hustles, but he's just not ever at the top of the center field list.
He is Always the bridesmaid, never
Always.
the bride. It's
Always.
tough.
Yeah.
It feels like he's always right there.
Yeah. Well, the guy that I'm voting for has a 290 average, a 376 on base, a 519 slugging, 895 OPS. He's got a 2.3 F WAR and a 2.2 B WAR. Corbin Carroll, alliteration in the name. That's my vote for center fielder.
I'm in.
Sweep. He's a
I don't think it was
superstar.
even close. Yeah. He is a superstar.
Okay. Well, then, Trev,
we
as
have
you said previously, I think Acuna's also in. Acuna's nuts.
If
No?
we didn't pick Acuna, imagine the text we'd get from Peter Moylan.
Jake was giving a
Imagine.
look. Jake was giving a look.
I was going to tell the people, Jim, that we have a sick Corbin Carroll shirt. But
nice.
you kept the train on the tracks there. And I think we have a sick Ronnie shirt, too. But, yeah, I mean, Ronald Acuna arguably NL MVP up into this point.
I mean, his slash line is the 3-4-5 slash line that we always talk about. The average starts with a 3, the on base starts with a 4, and the slug starts with a 5.
And that's before you got to the 23 stolen bases he has.
Should call him a 345.
Mm.
Should just call those guys. He's a 345.
By the way, Corbin Carroll, 16 swipes of his own. So we got a nice little outfield forming. Speed, pop.
The last spot is where it might get interesting.
Yes.
And does anyone want to go first?
I mean, it's going to be between Mookie Betts and Juan Soto. I'm assuming you guys are on that same page.
That's
Give me
where
a-
my eyes were going.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree with you.
I'm on that same page, Trev.
Now, I don't like to do this. I mean, I don't know. It's like Juan Soto has carried the Padres. Now hasn't carried them very far, as we know by their record. So I think his numbers would look a lot better if like other guys around him were hitting. So do we get to fault him for that? Mookie is heart and soul of the Dodgers, but he also has like superstars that are going off around him too. So it's an interesting debate between these two. I have a lean, but I'm curious to hear your guys' take to see if I can be swayed. Do you want to get me to give you my lean?
Yeah, give me your lean.
I'm leaning Mookie Betts over
All
Juan
right.
Soto.
I'll put Jake in a tight spot. I'm leaning Soto. I was pumped to see Soto's name on this list. Maybe Soto likes playing when everyone else isn't playing well around him. That's kind of what he got used to in Washington. I like seeing Soto's on base at 424. That's kind of his game. Own the zone, and then he does have the slugging at 500. He doesn't have the batting average at 3, but he's there. His walk percentage is higher than his K percentage, and his numbers, B WAR wise and F WAR, are up there, which means that his outfield, because B WAR loves defense, isn't costing him much in left field for them. Padres fans, obviously, you know more than me. Has he been unreliable or reliable? But just guessing, they're not that bad. He's playing every day. They moved him around in the lineup a bunch. He was like 1, 2, or now it was 1, 2, 3, 4. But yeah, I'm going with Soto. I like the on base. He's got a higher average than Mookie. Mookie's versatility has actually played well, but this is best outfielder.
I mean,
So I
like he's
can't take
got
that
him
into
in
account.
extra base. Mookie has Juan Soto in extra base hits. He has him in runs. He has him in RBI. And Mookie's walk rate is excellent as well. It's not Juan Soto like
Runs in RBI. Mookie's playing on the Dodgers, and Juan Soto's playing.
Well,
on the
that's what I'm.
Padres, who
That's
have
what I'm
nothing
saying.
going on.
Do we fault Juan Soto for that? I think when we're looking at numbers and results, we are. 34 walks to 43 strikeouts. I like that ratio for Mookie. And yes, outfield, his defenses, if you watch him play, it's awesome. And yes, he can play shortstop, second base, but we're talking about outfield here. When he's in the outfield, he's elite as well.
Soto
you wield right now.
Soto has a fantastic argument. The on-base percentage, 424, that's special. That might be the best we've seen on this entire page. The fact that Mookie Betts is out-slugging Juan Soto into this fine season is surprising. I think offensively, Juan Soto is ahead above Mookie Betts so far, but I think defensively, Mookie Betts is head and shoulders above Juan Soto. the shoulders win, I'm going Mookie Betts.
Oh,
I'm going Mookie
I mean,
Betts.
Betts has Freddie protecting him. Of course, he's got more slugging. He's getting hits in the zone. Who's protecting?
Who's in the Padres lineup?
There's no one doing anything
They're
good.
bad.
The names are good.
Bogarts has protected him a couple times. Nelson Cruz has been behind him for a good chunk. Machado recently.
Machado's pretty good.
Soto's not getting anything to hit, and he's still slugging and taking his pitches.
Mookie's out slugging him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's getting all those pitches in the zone.
Setting the tone. Congrats, Mook.
Tried my best.
I got a question here before we move on to DH.
Sure.
Because we have a guy listed, Nolan Gorman, who's put up some really good numbers, but he's played a lot of second base too. Do we have to revisit second base? Or are we still...
Arise would still have him beat.
Yeah, Rise makes it easy.
Okay. I got a tough time calling Nolan Gorman a DH. He's playing a lot of second base.
21 starts at DH and 23 at second base. And 5 at third base. So yeah, I kind of see what you're saying there. Because last episode, we very much were like DH is a tough role. And we gave that
It should
a
factor
big
in.
advantage.
And
Played a little more
McCutcheon
second
got it
base
last
this month.
Yeah.
month.
I mean, yeah, JD got some pretty good
He's
numbers.
going off.
Yeah. He's got some good numbers, JD Martinez. All right, Jake, I won't make you go last this time in case it's split. Do you want to go first?
And I think my guy Jorge Soler deserves a little love. He went nut job, 17 home runs. He and Arise have been the guys carrying that offense. I'll go JD Martinez. Jim, you mentioned the 3-4-5 that you want to make a thing.
Mm-hmm.
How about the 2-3-6? JD has been mauling. 14 doubles, 12 home runs. But Nolan Gorman has him in games significantly because, again, this is end of May. So JD has continued to play a little bit. But the at-bats aren't that crazy. I'll go JD Martinez. I think DH is a skill.
He's got 162 at-bats, and Gorman has 173, and Kutch has 172. So they're all a little
They're
similar
in the
there.
neighborhood.
But, yeah, you're not going to find a number you don't like on JD's slash line because even the batting average starts with 2, like you said, but it's 278. So that's not,
Walk percentage and K percentage, not great for JD. I expect those to even out a little bit for him. I think with Nolan Gorman, I think he's caught in the middle, and this is a tough team to crack. Like, I don't think he's DH'd enough.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as much
There's a chance he'll
role.
be ineligible for DH next month,
Yeah.
depending on what they've got going on.
And I don't know if he's been better than JD, and I don't think he's been better than Arias. So that's kind of how the cookie crumbles sometimes.
Yes.
Sucks the Cardinals are winning all those games and love to get them on here, but
Oh, boy. Oh,
That's
Oh,
tough.
now they're in
611
DMs.
slugging.
no way.
BBD hates birds. You're DMing him.
Still
Dead
in last
bird
place,
pictures.
Cardinals.
I'm going JD Martinez.
Last place in the National League.
Yeah. Didn't you guys say they were going to get better?
They will.
They
had
did get
2
better
weeks.
for like 2 weeks. It was sweet.
They only have to get so much better is the problem.
They dug a huge hole.
They just went back to digging.
Pirates are struggling with Oakland right now.
And they swept the Cardinals.
Pirates are in first place, aren't
That's
they?
June.
They were in first place?
Who you guys got for Util?
Trev, you've got a couple of your guys on this list. Brian Anderson.
Ooh.
Racking it up for the Brew Crew. Brendan Donovan with the biggest positional flex on the board. Connor Joe, we talked about those Pirates. He's been in the middle of that lineup. Young Spencer Steer trying to sneak his way in here as a versatile first base, third base option, which has been debated in
Played
utility
left field
circles.
last night. I know it's in June, but
It's been
Started left
debated
field last night.
in UTIL circles for years. What are you seeing here, Trevor Plouffe?
So if we're just going by what we talk about util, I mean, Spencer Steer is not a utility player to me if you're playing corner infield.
Agree.
You're
He's a corner infielder.
And I got a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth because he was a Twins prospect and we traded him for Molly. Molly. Yeah, I was in the room for that. And also Connor Joe, if we're being serious, I mean.
Be serious then.
I guess, that's utility. Let's say first base, 10 games at first base, and then some in the outfield. I'll give him utility there. I will. If you're going back and forth from the infield and the outfield, I think that constitutes utility.
Aren't you the same guy that talks about old, washed-up Trevor Plouffe trying to learn to play first base and how hard it is?
It's difficult.
Okay.
But the thing is, I'm looking at Brendan Donovan and all the positions that he's played, even though it's only 2 at third base, 1 at shortstop. But he's been kind of everywhere, and that means something to me when you're in the utility role. But his numbers also are just not that great.
Well, it goes to be said, he's been slightly above league average hitter, and to have a guy be able to play second base, left field, first base, right field, third base, and even a game at shortstop, and be a league average hitter, that in itself is quite impressive.
Got 13 ribbies, bro.
That being said, I'm going Connor Joe. Connor Joe's been in the middle of Pittsburgh's lineup. He's part of the reason they are still fighting for first place in that NL Centrale. He's your favorite player, Connor Joe.
If we're taking Spencer Steer out of it, then Connor Joe's been the most impressive offensively. Am I right about that? Let me look at this. Yes. So I think that's where I'm leaning. I appreciate the flexibility Brendan Donovan brings, but the counting stats aren't there for me. Brian Anderson is just a tick below Connor Joe in a lot of these stats, although he has more bats than him. Connor Joe's got him in extra base hits. He's got him in runs. He only has 17 ribbies too. Jeez. I'm going Connor Joe. This is a tough one this month. Not a lot of really great options, in my opinion. But I'm going Connor Joe.
I think especially with he's been playing some left field in June now. I think end of this month.
June
Spencer
doesn't
Steer.
exist, BBD.
I'm saying in a month.
Doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I'm helping you.
June's out.
I'm saying Steer's out for now. Next month he might be in the mix.
What's next month?
I'd vote for Donovan. I will not abstain this time.
Hey-o!
Because Connor Joe is eligible to win the outfield. So that doesn't make sense to me. So Donovan's not eligible to win any position because he's dispersed so much.
Well, what about Tyro Estrada, who won it last year? He's not eligible in this?
The bullet?
For this month?
Tyro Estrada, Trevor
Games
throwing
played.
a late wrench. Thanks.
Sorry, guys. He won it last year and wasn't even listed.
I think he's playing just second base every game now. Yeah. He's playing a lot of second base.
Got some shortstop mixed in there. That's kind of like the middle infield
Last
thing.
month
Okay,
he
he's
said
out.
we have to change
He's out.
the rules, so I think then
15
out on
games
the
at
utility
shortstop. Yeah.
Glad you brought him up again.
Well, I just noticed he won
point.
in
Useless
April.
point, but I'm glad you brought him up again.
But to what Jake said, which is my argument, the fact that Brendan Donovan is truly a utility player, they're not letting him play any position enough to win out at that position, and is an above average bat, that's valuable.
I know. It's good. It's good points, James. Should I
very
switch it up?
I very much agree, but I think what Connor Joe is providing also at multiple positions.
But
with
the
better
positions
offense.
matter. Corner, outfield, first base.
Right, but Connor...
You've seen guys do that you don't consider athletic. Connor Joe is athletic.
Brendan Donovan has 2 games at third and 1 at short. So,
a ton at second.
You take those out, and you've added 1 position.
But it's a middle infield position, which is the whole thing.
Yeah.
We're sticking with Connor Joe.
Congrats, Con.
Connor Joe. Pitcher, Zach Gallen won it last year. last month. And I don't know, he stays strong. Logan Webb gets into the mix here. His ERA is 2.75, which Zach Gallen's is 2.72. And Justin Steele, Cubbies Justin Steele, he has the lowest ERA of all pitchers that have started 12 games. Logan Webb's only started 11. Damn, Justin Steele.
Just got hurt. That sucks. We hate that. Trev's going to mention Spencer Strider's strikeouts. Go on.
Those big old feet of his. What do you think it really looks like, Jake?
Oh, I know. There's certain times in life when it's good to know Peter Moylan.
Okay.
Literally, he broke this fastest to 100 strikeouts record, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of really good options.
Every
here.
strikeout record is basically Strider's these days.
Crazy.
It's pretty nuts.
What Mitch Keller's been able to do has been awesome to see. Zach Gallen, to me, right now, is who I'm looking to vote for. I'm pouring over some of these numbers a little bit more. I'm happy for Justin Steele. I love the homers per 9, but Gallen even has him in that. You guys gonna have 2 homers and 72 and 2/3 innings pitched. I'm going Zach Gallen.
Man, Strider's got one less game, but Strider doesn't. Is this Strider? Strider. He's got 2 games of 4 earned runs as his most, where Zach Gallen has won 3 games of 4 earned runs or more. In the game log, Strider's fucking crazy, dude.
There's a lot of really good pitchers right in front of us.
Strider has made it through the 5th inning every single game. Gallen hasn't done that twice. I think I just landed on Strider. My vote.
Woo! Justin Steele's so interesting, but he might not be the best pitcher on his staff. It might be Stroman.
Yeah, I looked at his game log, and I know he was injured, so the last couple, 3.2, 3.
Yeah. It's between Gallen and Strider. Hey, we're splitting hairs at this point, but I've got one more start and almost a full game of innings from Zach Gallen, with a lower ERA than Strider. So I'm going Zach Gallen.
Gallen also has a lower FIP. And but Strider's whip, dude, to be such a strikeout guy and have a whip under 1, Strider's nuts.
He's a sicko.
Are we not even mentioning Marcus Stroman in this portion of the show?
I just did. Dalton made the sheet. And I guess he leans Steele over Stroman, but Stroman definitely deserved a shout. I know he also has one good start this month, which hasn't happened yet.
Okay, I mean, look,
Stroman's got a 2.59 ERA, 12 starts. Where does that land him with the other 12 starters that we had? I don't.
Best ERA of any of them?
Yeah. Dahl.
Oh boy. 3.54 FIP. Maybe he did it by like WAR or something. And
Dalton loves
Stroman's got a great WAR.
Stats.
I think Stroman has it in WAR as well.
188
F4.
batting average against for Stroman. His game
Stroman
log
has a 3.1 B WAR right now.
His game log is nuts.
Dude, snag Dalton quick.
I'm going Stroman. His game log is nuts.
Snag Dalton quick.
He's got 1 6 earned run and 1 5. But I mean 6-0, 6-0, 6-2, 6-0, 6.12, 6-1, 6-1. 1 dud game against the Twins.
Best offense in baseball.
His last 2 in the month of May were 8 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 9 innings pitched, 0 earned runs.
Dalton.
Jake's
Yeah,
mad.
we need Dalton to explain
he's
himself.
so nervous.
I'm scared. I'm shaking. What did I do?
No Stroman eligible? There's a lot of good pitchers.
Yeah.
Hop in.
Listen, I'm over here because I don't like the animosity I'm getting over here.
Or just curious.
So, top of my head,
Yeah.
Gallen, Snakes represent probably the guy I would vote for personally.
Yeah. He's gotten votes.
Strider,
Right?
highest Ks through May.
Sure.
Keller, our guy. Right? Our guy.
Our guy.
Most strikeouts in Pirates history before June. Gotta represent.
Pirates history out of here,
Well,
Dalton.
also Ks per 9. I think he's second in the NL at that point.
He's good.
So, than Justin Steele. I know he got banged up. But
Right.
I think he was like second or third in WAR in the NL through May.
I think we were just curious. I think Stroman, Steele, and all of these guys have similar arguments.
Yeah.
Did you search by like FIP or something like that, or just curious?
Yeah, so for me with Steele and Stroman, very similar
Right.
cases. Wins obviously helped Steele, even though wins isn't that big of a matter.
Okay, now we're talking.
Again, looking through the two of them, the wars between baseball ref and fan graphs, there are some discrepancies, and so it leaned to me for Steele.
Okay.
I know he also a little recency bias. Steele's been out. Stroman had the complete game shutty versus the Rays.
Right. To end
Very
the month.
impressive.
To end the month.
I know, very impressive. Looking at it from the start of the season to now, I still think cumulatively I would go with Steele. But if we're talking June, maybe Stroman's on here.
Oh, we're not talking June.
But we're not talking
June does not exist.
Exactly.
Thank you, Dalton.
Thank you.
Thank you.
guys.
That's all we
I'm
needed.
still shaking, by the way.
Yeah.
You were fantastic. You were lovely. Miss Vito.
This is tough, guys. This is tough. I think I'm still going to keep my Zach Gallen vote because of the FIP, and that's what pitchers love to look at. He leads all of baseball in FIP, I believe. That's bold italic.
I'm going Stroman. I'm changing my
is.
vote. Lowest ERA, most games pitched. Simple formula for me on a results-based voting.
Gallen's ERA is like eerily, it's so close, and they both have started all their games.
Stroman's game logs, he's got one complete dud. But hey, to finish the month, shutout versus the Rays is pretty nice. And then he's got how many zero earned runs? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, like 2 or less. He has 11, 10 starts, 2 or less earned runs for Stroman.
Gallen has 5 zeros on his start log.
Boy.
And then he has 1, 2, 3. So he's got 8 total if you don't count June of the 2 or less.
Yeah. To Stroman's 10.
It's a great argument. I'm glad we got to the Stroman point because people would have been really mad if we didn't mention it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep Zach Gallen though.
I'll go Stroman.
Why am I last these days?
'Cause you didn't speak
faster.
up.
What's happened?
Be quicker.
Dalton with the wins did move my pencil a little bit. That's fantastic.
That's no.
Stroman doesn't really have the strikeouts. I'll go Spencer Strider.
Okay. That means Bieber comes into play, right?
Is that the tiebreaker?
Usually.
Okay.
I'm on Gallen. Team in first helps.
Wow, the incumbent stays.
Congrats to Snack Gallon.
All right, moving on to the AL.
Yes.
Shit.
Trev's timeout is in there.
That was 3 minutes. Catcher. Who do we got? Who won last? Can you do last month's
Yes.
winners?
Last month in the AL, our catcher was Jonah Heim. First base, Yandy Diaz. Simeon at second base, Jorge Mateo at shortstop, Matt Chapman at third. Our center fielder was Trout. The other outfielders were Kelnick and Arozarena. Brent Rooker was the DH. Taylor Walls was the util, and Garrett Cole was our starting pitcher.
He won't be back. Not Garrett's best May.
Alvarez was DH?
Brent Rooker.
Oh, wow. Wow.
He also won't be back.
He has a couple no
back.
returnees here. Are there any landslides, Jake, that you went when you went through this that we can breeze through real quick?
If we're trying to check some boxes, I think second base in the American League is the easiest to check. Marcus Simeon has been out of his dome. He is in B-WAR. He is he's in the mid threes, while nobody else is in the ones. So yeah, I speak now or forever hold your peace. But Marcus Simeon at second base is
Yeah, that's a lock. And that's a double, 2 pedals, so he's on his way.
He has been awesome. I think he's got a hit streak going. Stolen bases, extra base hits. He's incredible.
I think also DH. Congrats, Jordan. You're that guy, pal.
Brent Rooker fell off, the kids are saying.
Yeah, I mean, he's got Shohei beat as a DH. You know, sometimes
Yes.
Jordan tries to do try to sneak in as an outfielder, which I don't know if we've got that today, Pop. But Jordan will be on the team. So I think those are the two boxes we can at least check for now.
Yeah, Jordan's close to being a 3-4-5 guy, but he's not. He's not.
What's a 3-4-5 guy? What does that mean?
Batting average 300, on base percentage 400,
I like that.
slugging 500.
I like that.
But yeah, all right, yeah, Jordan wins DH. That's easy.
I think that although Jonah Heim has put together a very nice season, and I
Wow.
love talking about him,
Wow,
and the
I
Rangers
thought-
have been so good.
I thought you were going to be so pissy about Jonah because he has an argument, but he's not the winner at the AL catching position.
In my opinion, it's Adley Rutschman at bats. I love the walks to strikeouts. You know that tickles me. 43 walks to 31 Ks. He also leads in homers, in runs, barely. I just think that he has changed an entire franchise. I know we're just talking about statistics through May here. It's hard to ignore that fact. 246 plate appearances compared to 190 for Jonah. I'm going Adley for the AL catcher.
Yeah, I mean it's very impressive. He leads the league in walks. He leads all these catchers in games played. I think he sat looks like 4 times this season. I mean, catchers don't play that much. He's a throwback to Yadi, Salvi, like that generation of catchers who are playing because he's getting DH at bats when he's not. Adley's the easy winner for me.
It's good having those young knees. I know Dumper Dudes up in Seattle want a little Cal Raleigh love. He's been great. So is Salvi. I know we mentioned him briefly on the way by. He's got the most ding-dongs of 528 slugging from Salvi. But Adley ends up winning out. The on-base stuff is insane, what he's doing, especially at this young. Where's he going to be in a couple years?
Great job, Adley.
Great job, Adley. First base, we do have a 3-4-5 guy in Yandy Diaz. He has just been lights out. I think that's a landslide, unless you guys have some weird argument that I can't foresee. I mean, Rizzo gets some love because he's having a good season. He's Rizzo was the guy everyone looked at and was like, is the shift restrictions going to help his average? So far, yes. He's hitting 304, having a nice year. But Yandy Diaz is hitting 310, the 410 on base percentage, and a 580 slugging.
Walking more, yeah.
Yeah.
He's doing everything well. Yeah, I agree. Yandy's our guy.
He's almost one dotting. He's got a 180 WRC plus, which until we get to the AL outfield, wink, wink, I think might be the best we've seen.
Yeah.
Yandy's incredible.
Now we're giving out a new pedal at shortstop since Mateo fell off. Had a crazy April and a bad May. And you do have another guy in the mid-3s in WAR, Jake. Another AND from TBR, Wander Franco.
I'm hoping somebody takes the cheese because this is a delightful AL East matchup. Bo Bichette constantly just leads the American League in hits the past 3 years now. He's a hitting machine. Jim, you said you like that. He's not 3, 4, and 5, but he's 333 batting average. That's pretty incredible. A 525 slugging and 895 OPS. I would have to ask my Toronto fans how Bo's defense has been on the whole. I know there's usually highs and lows that come with it. I know last time I was watching him, I saw some of those highs and lows. The problem is he is dueling with Wander Franco, who I think his defense consistently is a little more there. Offensively, I was going to say on the whole is a little lesser than Bo Bichette, but that is before you get to our OPS S plus stat, because Wander Franco has 20 stolen bases to Bo Bichette's 2. And I think that is truly the difference maker here.
Wander hit a ball last night, and this was in June, so it doesn't count. But he hit a ball, just a regular line drive to the left of center field. Or I guess to the right of center field, excuse me. And there was never a thought in his mind for it to be a single. Out of the box double, and he just cruised in there. And you just see why he's such a dynamic player. He can really do it all on the field. And in a game where we had some stars, I mean, what the Rays have been able to do, the numbers they've been able to put up, I thought Wander was the best player on the field. I think I'm going to go Wander here, even though I really, really like, and I love Bo Bichette. I love his swing. I think here's a compliment for Bo Bichette. Okay. I think it's the prettiest swing in baseball right now.
Do you care at all that Wander splits have him better home and away, and Bo Bichette is just dominating home and away? Does that do anything for you? Doesn't do enough for me. I'm voting Wander. He's got the base running and the defense. Bo's got him in the offensive stats, but OPS S plus our stat, whatever. The steals are so big, especially in the game right now, and defense in general at that position specifically.
Wander. I was going to say Launder, Yonder, but then it is actually Wander. Leads in F4 and B4 as well.
Yeah.
I think that he's our choice. I don't know if you are going to vote differently, Jake.
I already voted. Was the first vote.
You did?
What'd you say?
I'm Wander.
Oh.
I said Wander wins.
Yeah, Jake pointed out the steals thing.
Yeah, I heard that.
Be more vocal this episode, will you?
Yeah.
Well, I'll be more vocal about this, Trev. The AL shortstop is in a really good position because the 4 guys listed on our sheet, Jeremy Pena, 25. Bobby Witt Jr., 25. Bo Bichette, 25. Wander Franco, 22.
Which one of those guys would you let date your daughter?
All of them, to be honest.
Shortstop, big league shortstop.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Playing shortstop in the show, baby. I tell Bobby Witt to clean up the facial hair, but everyone's good. Jeremy Pena, wow, powerful thrust.
Bo Bichette would beat the crap out of you.
Okay. Now maybe the ugliest position on the board. Or no, excuse me, that was NL third base. We actually have a good conversation at AL third base.
Yeah, Chapman won. He had a great April. His May wasn't as great, but his numbers are still good. But our guy, thick neck Josh Young, has the average better than everyone else. He has OBP better than everyone besides Jose Ramirez. Josh Young has slugging better than everyone else, and he has the highest OPS. He has the second highest B-WAR behind Chapman and the second highest F-WAR behind Chapman. He has the highest weighted runs created plus. So there's a little dance going on here for sure between Chapman, Young, Isaac Paredes. I don't know if he's really dancing at all, but J-Ram, if you like him.
Lurking for now.
First time in the history of all JM Team Devers is not in contention.
Wow.
What a run by him. I don't know. I kind of like what Josh Young's got on this sheet. I can dig a little deeper, but that's my early lean.
Jose Ramirez, I always like to mention, 24 walks, 20 strikeouts. You know what he can do defensively. He's not going to get my vote this month. I think I'm going to go with Chapman. I think he's done enough cumulatively.
Bias.
Keep the vote. Yeah, I am biased. I am trying to hang out with him in a couple of days. So he was like, hey, bro, if you don't vote for him, I'm not going to have. He didn't say that. No, I think it is. I mean, look, yes, Josh Jung is right there, and we love him too on this show. He's a fixture of talking baseball. But if you're looking at extra base hits, which I like out of my third baseman, Chapman's got it. 21 doubles, 7 homers. That's 28. Josh Young with 24. Gosh, he is driving in some runs, though. You misspoke. Chapman does have the OBP in this category as well, James, with the 366.
My bad.
I think if you add up the player defensively, what they've done offensively, I think Chapman still wins. So I'm voting for Chapman.
Chapman and Young have the same outs above average at third base, and runs prevented, which is kind of interesting.
He looks the part at third.
Yes.
How about Brian Hayes? His outs above average is nuts over at third base.
He's freaky deaky at third.
J-Ram has both of them beat. I'm going to go Young then.
How do you like that?
I mean, Young has slug, right?
He's got him on the slug.
Josh Young's slug is 531, third base.
Yeah.
I said in the
Yeah.
NL.
Good point.
I like that
Good point.
position. I like pop
Good
from
point,
that position.
James.
Josh Young, number 1 in AL assists at third base.
A lot of balls hit to you.
Getting the
He
most
is
action.
making plays. Matt Chapman, number 1 in extra base hits in the AL.
But he ain't slugging higher than Josh Young.
Your AL third baseman. Congratulations to first-time winner Josh Young.
Hey.
I have no problem with that at all.
The
No problem
Texas
with that
Rangers are a problem, people. And he's a big part of it, man.
And Bochy.
No
Look
problem
at their batting orders. These old managers come in and just fucking go, ooh, enough with your stupid tricks. This is my leadoff guy. This is my tool guy. This is my third, and this is my fourth, and you can shut up.
Nice when he's got those guys, too.
Well, you didn't know if these guys were going to be those guys. Josh Young, 5-hole every single game.
Simeon and Seager.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Yeah.
All right, outfield. We got to do center field first because it is a conversation. We have a lot of eligible center fielders. You got Kevin Kiermaier. You got Cedric Mullins II, although he is hurt. You got Luis Robert and Mike Trout. And
This is chaos.
think we might have
chaos.
two outfielders that are center field eligible to come out.
Let's just give Aaron Judge. Let's just give Aaron Judge his pedal. Congratulations, you're one of our outfielders, right? We just snapped.
I mean,
that out
he's got
again.
a 679 slug. It's pretty well
So
earned.
you're in. You're in.
Congrats, Judgy.
A 298 batting average that hurts his 3.45 chances because it would have been a 3.46 guy.
Back to center field.
I can't not do this. My vote for center field is going to KK. I know what he can do defensively.
Shit.
I know what he can do defensively. And the fact, unless they're platooning him or not playing him a lot, the at-bats are kind of light.
I think he
Very
had it-
light. I
think he
love
had a 10
KK. He's been
IL at one point.
He's
And
been
I was
so
seeing
good
it.
in the outfield.
I was seeing if Trout's been playing like other outfield. He hasn't. Trout's been playing center.
I want to go see Kiermaier.
Oh golly.
Because the fact that Kiermaier's on this list and doing what he does in center field is nuts.
Because I think my other spot is going to be taken. So this is, for me personally, Kiermaier and Trout. Which, how about Kevin Kiermaier? 1-year deal, gets out of Tampa.
Damn it.
He's made some insane catches out there.
I am voting for Kevin Kiermaier because when going to bed the other night, I watched videos of him making catches. And that's just true.
He just won center field?
No, Jimmy hasn't fully cast his ballot.
Yeah.
Oh.
You guys need to speak up. I've spoken for Kevin Kiermaier.
Yeah, I don't think I can do it. He doesn't start against lefties. He's not an everyday center field or everyday. He's a most of the days players, but he is in the 8 and 9 spot where Trout is an everyday center fielder. Trout just doesn't play when Ohtani pitches because they're like, whatever.
Does the
Ohtani-
fact
Ohtani's
that Kevin
batting.
Kiermaier has a higher weighted runs created plus than Mike Trout do anything for you?
It does, man. I was really thought I was going to vote Kiermaier, but I've kind of set my own things that I like. And you look at Trout and he's playing center field, fucking just nonstop.
The numbers are eerily similar. He's got 886 OPS to an 891 for Trout. He's got a 521 slug to a 522 for Trout. A 365 to a 369 OBP. Whoa.
He's so much better defensively than Trout. Not that Trout's bad, but I mean, Kiermaier's got the highest outs above average as a center fielder today, right now.
Might be the best to ever do it. Has an argument.
I'll go Kiermaier. I'm going to give him his due. Center field is different.
I will.
Wow.
We like
different.
defense in center field. We do.
The catch he made the other day, might have been June. The catch he made the other day made George Springer react like a little leaguer. George Springer has watched a lot of baseball, and he was shocked at the ball Kevin Kiermaier got to.
Yeah. I mean, you could take all of Kiermaier's slash line and drop it 20, 30 points on every one of them, and you'd be like,
discussion.
Shit, that's awesome to get that out of Kiermaier when you get the defense. So the fact that he's like really going. Are the Blue Jays winning?
They're a couple games over 500.
Might sneak up on the Yanks soon.
Nice.
Judge out. The final outfield position is brought to you by DraftKings. Trev, stop it. DraftKings, America's top-rated sportsbook app. And baseball season is rolling and hit it out of the park. We actually, if you're listening to this on Wednesday when this comes out, we've got our Talkin' Baseball parlay that'll be out there. Rack up a couple bets, win big, and download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Sign up with code TALKIN. You can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's code TALKIN only at the DraftKings Sportsbook.
As I was saying, we put ourselves into a little bit of a pickle here because now we've already cast for Judge. We have Kiermaier in center. Now there's a couple guys here I think we're going to be talking about. And if Mike Trout doesn't win a pedal, is it the first time he's never won a pedal?
He got hurt.
He daisied
got hurt
last year, even with injuries. And that was all center field. He did not pedal in May of 21. He did not pedal. Yeah, 21, he was just out.
21, he got hurt.
So when he's been playing, pedaled every single year.
It'd be the first time he's played and not pedaled.
Oh my, this is history. Possibly, because you're talking about Randy Arozarena and Mike Trout, right?
You might have another Ray in there, too.
Yeah.
You might have a Ranger in there. You got options.
Lowe's been better than Randy.
Like, somewhat.
I mean...
Randy, a lot more plate appearances.
Yeah, they platooned Lowe for a chunk of it.
This is probably the most difficult decision that we've had in all JM team history right here.
It's silly.
Oh my God.
It's silly that Adolis is barely in the conversation for how good he has been. He is, if you like some of the old school numbers, he might drive in 150 this year, part of that offense. Kelnick has fallen off a little bit. You remember he was involved in this. Even Doogie snuck on the bottom of the sheet. His numbers ain't bad.
I'm voting Randy Arozarena for our final outfield spot.
Trev, the reason you did that is he has a 163 WRC plus. Jimmy mentioned his teammate Josh Lowe. That's how we pronounce that one. Josh Lowe has some crazy numbers, even double the stolen bases as Randy.
Yeah, he's got 13 stolen bases, 304 average. He's got higher average, slugging, and OPS than Randy, and more stolen bases. Weighted runs created plus basically the same. His walk rate stinks.
While Randy's getting on at a 407 clip. Jim,
But he's got 11 homers and 12 doubles.
Is he hitting against lefties at all? I remember they weren't playing him against lefties.
The start of the year, he wasn't. I got too many tabs open. And it's confusing because they have two lows, low.
Right.
The start of the year, he was not playing every day. Like, he didn't play a lot I don't know if he got hurt in April at all. He has been playing, let me see. Yeah, didn't play against this lefty, didn't play against this, doesn't play against lefties.
17 at-bats versus lefties.
Fucking out.
He gets Perdomo'd.
Rays.
It's Randy for me, too. He's the best to ever do it. The only person that could take out Mike Trout, fittingly enough, might be Randy Arozarena.
Kevin Kiermaier booted Mike Trout from the center field position on the all-JM team.
I don't know if I agree with that.
It's a massive moment.
I don't know if I agree with us, but it's locked.
Cast your vote.
I cast in my vote.
I'm
talking about
people are gonna be
Kiermaier.
So mad at us.
Randy.
Angels fans, you guys hate Angels players.
Angels can suck butt.
Shohei's not going to get a pedal this month.
I thought they were
Trout's
good.
not going to get a pedal this month.
I thought when I said they had a bad offseason, I was dumb as shit, and they were actually really good.
Cedric Mullins, Robert barely get mentioned. My goodness. My goodness.
We already gave our DH position to Jordan.
Can he pitch?
So what we have left is the util and the starter in the American League. In April, Taylor Walls won this. I think he's got some competition this month. And really here we do have some real deal utility players in the American League. Lots of guys going all over the place. Although Taylor Walls, is he utility or is he just a utility infielder? Is the question. Because you could say the same thing about Gio. He's played every single infield position, but no outfield. We got Whit Merrifield with 13 games and left, mostly a second baseman. So I don't even know if I consider him. I guess
we tried to punish Connor Joe for his utility being outfield and
yeah.
So.
Zach McKinstry's really been doing it, although most of his games are in the infield. He's got 9 games in right field. He's moved all over the infield. This is an interesting discussion for me.
For me, it comes down to Walls and McKinstry, which, hello, all JM. Fire me up. We talked about those second place Tigers in May a little bit. A 400 on base for Zach McKinstry. 10 steals for him?
For me, it's McKinstry. You got a middle infield spot. You got the hot corner. You got right field. He, in May, became an everyday player and their leadoff hitter. And his numbers are crazy. So I'm going McKinstry.
Congratulations,
with
Zach
you, Jim?
McKinstry.
Yeah.
Zach McKinstry. Okay, yeah. Let's go, baby. Fire me up.
Are you pumped for Jake Marshnick?
Excuse me?
Are you happy for him?
Not really. You know I'm not the biggest
I know.
of the Jakes.
Yeah.
I saw him track down a ball the other day. He's always been able to do that.
Okay. Big Fudge.
Excuse me?
That's what it says his nickname is. Didn't know that. Starting pitcher.
Oof.
Shane
This is a tough
McClanahan's the only one that got 12 games started on our list here. And a 2.07 ERA. Sonny Gray has 11 games started, a 1.94 ERA. Those are the two for me in contention. Because
Eovaldi is what he's done. He's been so dominant at
standings.
points. He's had a couple blow-up starts, but for the most part, just been ones and zeros. Jake, if you remember my award that I gave him.
I do remember that.
The simulation award.
Ones and zeros.
I will start off giving my vote, and you guys, oh, you're gonna be biased. Sonny Gray has my vote. He has the lowest FIP of any pitcher in this discussion, and he has not allowed a home run yet. Not one. Which I think has
not
really
one.
gotten me.
June doesn't exist.
Not one
yet.
home run.
June doesn't exist.
Exactly. Thank you.
I wish Mac didn't get owned by those Yankees. Wow, what a blight. He'd have like a 0-0 ERA if it wasn't for those Bronx Bombers. Sorry you have to face Higashioka every now and then, Shane. I'll go Sonny. I mean, he's got the lowest ERA. It's 1 game difference, but we're looking at 2 months now, not 1 month. And Sonny didn't win it in May or April when he earned it. He's played some tougher teams because that was it. He had a really light schedule. He's played some tougher teams. Not crazy, too. I don't even know. Man, Sonny.
Okay.
He's neither. I'll go Sonny. It's just odd to look at Sonny and see the pedal winner and not see like one 8-inning start or like 7.2. But it's not a knock. He's got 2 7-inning starts, but he's got a lot of.
A lot of 5 and fly.
Call it how you want to call it. I mean, like
A lot of 5 and fly. A lot of only 3 times he's made it into the 7th inning. 1 was June, so it doesn't count. So 2 times he's made it through the 7th inning, and 2 times he's made it through the 6th inning. You would think you would see more of those out of a pedal winner, but his numbers are good.
His pitch count gets up there quickly. He does walk a few people. His whip is the highest, although it's still just a 1.1. But he's been able to limit damage because he hasn't allowed a freaking home run. In today's day and age, I mean, you're talking about. I mean,
you just look at
11 starts.
You look at Evaldi, and it's just way more. You know, he's got 2 complete games. He's got one. He's got 1 8.2 outing. He's got 1 8-inning outing. He's got 1 7. He's got 3 6. So you're looking at 8 starts where he completed the 6th inning, and on Sonny Gray it was.
My vote goes to Nathan Evaldi.
Mom Vivaldi. That game log is very impressive. He's doing way more to help his bullpen and still getting like similar, like every game you're getting a winning effort. Sorry, Sonny. I thought I was voting for you, but that swayed me.
The numbers on Sonny are really good, but I haven't seen like a game log of a guy who's like pitched look like this. It's just a weird.
It's interesting. He just gets his pitch count up there.
Evaldi,
Sonny's been great.
11 starts each of them. Evaldi has 14 more innings.
Yeah, and I wonder if
That
you
matters.
do.
It does. I don't mind you guys picking about him. I'm happy you did. I just gave him my simulation award. Like, this guy has been absolutely lights out.
All right.
There you go. There you have it. All JM team April through May is final. Appreciate you.
We got them all right. All of them are right.
I can't believe you didn't pick my favorite player.
No Angels, no Mariners. Uh-oh. What are we going to do?
We got a Tiger, though.
And a Pirate.